family? What's going on, family? Testing, 1, 2, 3. What's going on, family? It's your boy Richie Rich coming to you again with another video. Coming to you, actually, I'm coming to you from the new studio. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody, all the subscribers, all my family that's been riding with me through the journey. I'm a real big believer in just believing, knowing it, believing in self basically. So I just wanted to chop it up and talk to you guys. You know what I'm saying, and just put out a video and just let y'all know that yeah, I mean, I'm still working and still you know still bringing still believing in myself and still moving forward regardless. Um, we still got to move forward because, like I said before, even in the midst, hold on, excuse me, family. Yeah, so of even in the midst of this epidemic, even in the midst of this epidemic, you still gotta believe in yourself. You still can't get caught up uh, in the perpetuated fear. You know what I'm saying? Things is being pushed out to you, and the things that you worry about, and you can't even basically mourn good enough. You know what I mean? Uh, because you always worrying about the next thing. Um, but yeah, I tend to this is the time that we need to really reflect. This is the time that I'm not gonna say we because I'm not gonna act like I know what needs to be done for everybody, but for me, this time has allowed me to reflect on me. You know what I'm saying? Look at my flaws and look at my fears and you know what I'm saying, and look at how precious life is, how precious life is for not just me but for my kids because I know that I experience different things in life, and I got nieces and nephews and cousins and aunties and sisters and brothers, people that I love. You know what I'm saying? So it's very bigger than me. It's about family. I got friends and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's actually bigger than me. You know, you know, I'm the type that kind of I was looking at my heritage, and but it ain't even about being black or white right now. You know what I'm saying? It's about staying alive. You know what I'm saying? It's about staying alive and doing the right things. You know what I'm saying? And not being caught up and letting this, this fear, trauma, you know, uh, cause trauma on your brain. You know, I say a lot of things, and it's just because the research that I do for myself. Um, but I have some information from another YouTuber. His YouTube page is Veggie Power 303. He has a very informational piece that I got sent by I got sent this piece early this morning on the way to the office, and I'm listening to it, drinking my coffee, listening to it on the way over here, and I'm like, wow, this is some of the same stuff that I've been saying. Um, but I mean, I'm just put the information out. You know what I'm saying? It's not for me to say I told you so or nothing like that because for me, I'm looking for the answers. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of who got it right, who got it first. Once you know the information, then what are you gonna do with the information? You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I like to come with solutions because there's so many problems out there. You got enough, stress and worry, but what is the application to getting these things together? That's my whole searching journey. That's been my whole searching journey for I know for myself, and so I don't mind sharing with the family. You know what I mean? Um, But we're gonna go review that in just a second. But yeah, I just want to share with you guys. I'm in a new studio. You know what I'm saying? Because even in the midst of the storm, like you think about being in the ocean, and you think about I look at the world as being the ocean, and yeah, I'm not gonna even lie. Have I been going through certain things? And of course, like crazy. I have been going through a lot of things, um, but I tend not to worry about the things that I can't control anymore. See, I know that at the end of the day, I can't change a lot of situations, but I can change my approach to how I handle certain situations, keeping a cool head, and making my next move, my next 3, 4, 5 moves that'll benefit me in the situation. But being all panic and being all worried and being all stressful, you can't really think. Your mind, you'll be a scatterbrain. You know what I'm saying? So I choose to uh, look at look at self. I choose to look deep in self. You know what I mean? And and just try to look for the solutions. Uh, these are things that these processes have to continuously go on. These are the way that we've been programmed through the tell our vision. Um, it takes a while to be unprogrammed. So these are different things that happens over time. Just like a workout plan. You have to work out retraining yourself. Um, so I tend to, just basically focus on me and focus and then when I find out the information for me, then like I always say, then I'm gonna tell we. But I don't look at the next person's faults or what they doing and they shortcoming, they downfall, because I know that time and that energy can be spent and focused on me and my family and my priorities. Not saying that I'm the best or that I know everything, but I tend to if I can't keep it real with nobody, I tend to keep it 1,000 with myself. You know what I'm saying? And being comfortable with self, and you can't lie to yourself when you're alone and when you're in those dark places. A lot of people tend to self-medicate so they won't have to look at those and certain things and certain issues, and we tend to hold on. Those things become crutches, and they become, if you don't ever take care of those scars and that hurt and that pain, those scars end up being just masked up, but they never really heal. So they within themselves becomes infection. That infection is spewed out on your own life, not only your life, but you affecting the people that you come in contact with every day. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I try to, be mindful of even my toxicity towards people. Because sometimes I can fall into that old trait of being negative and being, judgmental, and But I try to, my process is not trying. I'm not trying. Well, my journey is to, just take time and be mindful of everybody else's situation. At this point, regardless, because I understand, we all been lied to, we all been duped. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not an elite, I don't care if you're a doctor, a nurse, or if you're not a part of that elite status, then I'm sorry to say your family and you gonna be subjugated to the same punishments and cruelty that we all are facing. You know what I'm saying? But we can't, the things that you can't change, you shouldn't put worry to them. Because that worry breaks down your immune system. Now it's so crazy that I've said that prior times, plenty of times. I said that in prior videos. I mean, and it's ironic for is really liberating for me to find a doctor of his accolades are endless. It's Dr. Rashid Buttar, Buttar, Dr. Rashid Buttar. Um, and he's blasting Bill Gates about this thing that's going on in the news and everything that's going on. I'm only going to play a certain amount of it because it supports what I've been saying. Um, I've never been to school. Like I said before, hell, I never even graduated high school. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's good to have somebody that's support that's saying the same exact thing. Um, uh, that went to school and that has the accolades to to stand behind his name. You know what I'm saying? And the whole video is very informational, and I suggest you guys go ahead and check that out. Once again, that's on Veggie Veggie Power Power 303, and that's one word. And it's the video it says exclusive Dr. Rashid Buttar, or I don't want to jack up his name, but I'm gonna just spell it out as Buttar. So y'all go check the full the full video out. But I'm gonna just put a smidgen out of it. I just want to play something that kind of stood out. The whole video is is very informational. So yo, I'm gonna play this video. I'm gonna play this part, and then I'm gonna come back after with my commentary, with my thoughts, and then we gonna close it out, family. Give me a second. I'm sorry about the. I'm still getting used to this new building, so I'm still adjusting my cameras to this new lighting situation.
Being ignored. Physiology is being just put in the garbage bin. Every aspect of virology and infectious disease is being ignored. Koch's postulate has been ignored. Every aspect. Then you've got false positives coming from testing that we know is not adequate, and then the testing that they are doing, like the RT-PCR, the real-time polymerase chain reaction testing, that's already been shown. It was actually the guy who developed it in the 1980s. Mollis said that you cannot use this testing for diagnostic purposes. You have to use it only for the where something has a genomic sequence that's already been identified. You can't use it for diagnosis. Yet they're using it for diagnosis, and when that's not enough to justify the number of deaths that they've created this pandemic for, they're causing doctors and nurses to go back and change the death certificates to say COVID-19 is the first cause of death. And if that's not enough, now their mandate's been sent to every state, every doctor from every state medical board saying that there's no necessity to test. I got a letter like this myself. If they have symptoms, send them home. And then the mandate of listing the cause of death is COVID-19. The media propagating footage of hospitals and from one country to another country using the same footage, the same person dying multiple times, use of mannequins to show that the people are dying, and yet they can't even show ambulances that are doing anything. They're all parked. They're all sitting there. People are playing chess. They're playing card games because they're so idle. Nurses are being laid off right now because there's not enough work. But they're pushing this agenda of fear, fear, fear. The fear-mongering itself will increase your adrenal output, will cause more stress, more emotional distraught. The emotional aspect, one side, now you're talking about the financial aspect. People are going to get stressed. Guess what that does? It reduces your immune system and makes you susceptible to viruses, bacteria, to many other things. But then to create this illusion over something like COVID-19, which nobody has yet demonstrated a single death from the actual virus, from the proper, established, accepted methodology that a virus has caused this death. Nobody's been able to do that. It's all based upon PCR testing. And Gary, I don't know whether you know this or not, all the way back to 1984, all the way up to now, 2018, there are multiple studies that show that if you had the flu shot, especially the trivalent flu shot, false positives on COVID-19 testing. God knows what's been injected into people over the years. They really want to know cause of death. I want to know how many of these people that are supposedly died from COVID-19, which, by the way, still the numbers are less than the seasonal flu. The number of deaths are still less than the seasonal flu. But I want to know how many of these people that died of supposed COVID-19 actually had a history of a vaccination, an adult vaccination in the last 10 years. That's what I want to know, because The studies clearly show that if you've had a flu shot, you're going to test positive for COVID-19. So you got all this other stuff that's going on. They can't justify the numbers, so they're going to change the death certificates. They can't justify the numbers, so they're going to take different footage of different people and then attribute that to COVID-19. CBS had that nurse that was crying, saying, please give me a face mask so that I can take care of people, and I don't want to risk my family getting them infected. And then they find out that hasn't worked in a hospital in a year and a half, and she's some kind of a social media model. The amount of misrepresentation, deception, diversion tactics to keep the public from knowing the truth, it's just unbelievable.
So
I cannot believe.
So let's take it back to what you said.
Yeah, so I want to I'm gonna stop it right there. Once again, that's Dr. Rashid, Buttar. Yeah. So we like I say, family, we got to be mindful of the things that we allow in our body to influence us. Because whether we know it or not, um, mentally, physically, spiritually, that does something to the body. Um, and that's why it's so important to know thyself. Um, because if you don't know yourself, you'll fall for anything. If you don't know yourself, you won't be able to stand for yourself. So you'll be subjugated to fall for anything. We got to help each other in these times. It's not about black and white, and I know it's gonna be, just like it's good, it's always gonna be evil. It's always gonna be a duality within everything, as above, so below. You know what I'm saying? But the people that's like-minded thinkers, we still have to push on. We still have to, because if this thing is gonna affect you, where they talking about, the 5G or whatever, if this thing is gonna affect you in any type of way, then you can't control it. Just like if somebody comes to do a drive-by when you walk out of your house and you get hit, you don't have no control over that. You know what I'm saying? But you still want to run the best life, run the best race in your life that you can. You still want to be the best person that you can in your life. You still want to take advantage of the things that of your dreams that you might have put to the side or on the back burner. These are the times that we have to be able to study and believe in self. We gotta mend those relationships that wasn't, I mean, it probably broke, it probably ended over something so simple. You know what I'm saying? But pride and ego, we have to we in these times, it looks like it's set up for you to get back to that family structure, for you to embrace family, because right now your family and your friends are the people that you really leaning on in these times of crisis. Um, don't let fear overtake you. You know what I'm saying? And the way that you don't let fear overtake you is by unplugging from the social medias and the news outlets and different movies and definitely the different songs. The different music, and yeah, it's good to detox. So it's good to detox from everything. You know what I'm saying? And be ready. Like so many people saying the Bible say, we at war. You know what I'm saying? But now, when I say this, be mindful, because the war that we fight is not of flesh and blood. So it's not a physical war, even though it's a physical war. It's not a physical war, because guess what? We can't even see COVID. So that's they got this 6 feet rule, because this attack that we under, this biochemical attack that we under, this is an attack that we can't see. So now, when I say that we fight not against flesh and blood, but principalities. So who is releasing these certain uh, evil things on humanity and people in the lesser than? You know what I'm saying? This thing is not just started. This has been going on for for quite some time, and a lot of people have failed to take notice, and a lot of people that were looked up and admired and idolized, they too have took part in pushing a false narrative to the people for their own selfish gain and benefit. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but the game is the game. See, everybody has been handed the rules. Some people choose not to read the rules of engagement because those rules are at the bottom in fine print, and it's countless of pages, page after page after page after page of small fine print that you have to go through. But you got to think about, oh, I got to pay my bills and got to do so. Society is set up to where you always got to do the next best thing. It's the next best thing. That's why they say the trending topic, the things that's trending. Don't let your life be a trend. You know, you thinking about building somebody else and always pouring into somebody else. Now is the time to pour into you. It's to pour into you, because if you can't pour into you, then how can you be the best of you for those kids? And it's quite inevitable that everybody's gonna meet that same fate of passing on. Nobody's gonna live forever. You know what I'm saying? The body can't live forever. But it's the things that you do, the legacies that you leave, uh, that keep you living forever. You live forever through your kids, but what are you gonna leave? What advice are you gonna leave? What things are you gonna put out? What love and what energy are you gonna put out? Because you can very well do you can very well play into everything, and but hell, it's just the same thing. You just another statistic, because when after it's like a strong piece of metal. After that metal, after so long, that metal starts beginning weak, and then we go to the new thing. You don't let your life be a trend. See, because they'll use you up as a trend. Know yourself. It's okay. A lot of people don't want to do the work. They want to rush and get this thing overnight. But you have to understand that nothing under the sun is new. So just like anyone, or in the ones that's coming after you and the ones that came before you, it's ingredients to. We're gonna take a simple cake. Now, we're gonna take precise cake. We're gonna say uh, buttercream lemon with pineapples. Now it's a certain ingredients, letter by letter, that goes in this type of cake. Now you got chocolate cake, you got all different varieties of cake. But if you want this specific cake, you have to go at this simple. You have to put these simple ingredients together, letter by letter. You cannot negate and skip over the process, or you won't be getting this cake. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people want to rush and hurry up, so that's why we get rushed and hurry up things. Or sometimes, a lot of people say we want things, but we don't move towards those things. We don't move because we don't believe in self. It's time to stop the fun and game, to stop the plan, and focus on self. Know yourself. If you believe in yourself, move in it. Every mountain is a mountain until you yourself find out how can you line yourself up with this. See, anybody that's came, they gonna climb the mountain the same way. Now, it's not how you get up the mountain. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey, the process. Because what you learn can ultimately help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I was very, so we need to, get with like-minded people, and it's not about color. Even it's not about color right now. It's not about color. It's never been about color. But society has pushed this, oh, you black, you white, and you this, you Jew, and this. But what does that matter if you is because a bad person is a bad person is a bad person. regardless of the fact. And regardless of what statue you in, regardless of what title that you hold, if you're not a part of that significant number, then you're gonna be subjugated to the same things and same harsh punishments as the God is holding a sign on the streets. You know, where is the empathy at? Where's the love at? You know what I'm saying? Where is the belief at? Where is your faith at? So these are the things that we just gotta, you know, we gotta work at these things every day. You know, it's a process. You know, we got to respect the process and we gotta understand the process. And in that same process, knowing yourself is gonna help out so much. Looking at those dark places and the things that you're not comfortable with and accepting it and loving it. Showing how, you know, just adjusting with it. You've been, if you're not really looking, you've been adjusting with it and dealing with it your whole life. Embrace this, step out there, and let's move forward, family. So, you know, I don't want to be too long-winded. I want to here in a little bit, I'm gonna do a full I guess tour of the studio, but I want to give a shout out to all the new subscribers. Ashe, I really appreciate it. You know, hey, we're gonna do this journey together, you know, because, you know, and don't think that I don't do reading. I do a lot of reading, and I will start dropping books and information. If you guys want information of the books that I'm reading and you know, things that I'm studying, you know, just, you know, leave a comment, you know, comment, like, share, and subscribe. It's your boy from the new studio, from the Ground Up Studios. It's your boy Richie Rich with from the Ground Up Production. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna find out for me, and when I find out for me, I'm gonna tell we so we can be the true I am. Hey, peace. Be safe, family.